Hello student, today I just want to take you to a garden. Here you could see a nice house is there, a beautiful tree is also there. Let's see what all is happening there in the garden. Wow, one boy is coming from behind the house and he's going up, down, wow, jumping up and down. Wow, this boy seems to be quite active. Yeah, active boy. And what else is there in the garden? Oh, one boy is here, is lying on his bed, or not doing anything, just sleeping and sleeping, doing nothing. This boy is obviously a passive boy. So one boy is active, this one, wow, and this boy is passive. So what we are going to learn today about active and passive boy. Active boy is this one like Lavanya, okay, and a passive voice is here who is lying there doing no action. So in our grammar today we are going to learn about active and passive narration. Active and passive narration, or we can also say active and passive voice. So let's start with examining one sentence. Hari eats a mango. So if we try to see the parts of the speech of the sentence, so this Hari, the first word is Hari, and this is subject. This second one is verb, this article along with the object. So Hari eats mango. So Hari is subject, and what does the sentence says about Hari? So it says that Hari is doing something. Hari eats a mango. So what action does Hari perform? Eats a mango. So subject is doing some action and the action is being done on mango. So subject is doing some action and the action is being done on the object because mango is an object. So the meaning, I hope you understand. If I just reconstruct this sentence and I just want to write it like this, or I just want to speak it like this, a mango is eaten by Hari. A mango is eaten by Hari. So does the meaning change here? No, the meaning is same, but the structure is changed. Here, a mango has become a subject and Hari is an object. Okay. So something else. Now here subject, we have to examine whether the subject is doing action here. A mango is eaten by Hari. Does the mango do something? No, mango doesn't do anything. So mango is subject, but it is not doing any action. Whereas here Hari is subject and Hari is doing, the subject is doing some action. So this we call the verb is in an active narration or passive narration we can say, or we can say the verb is in active voice or in the passive voice. So this we call active and passive. I hope you understand. When the subject does some action, we call the verb is in active voice. When the subject doesn't do any action, so it is in passive voice. We can examine some more sentences. So let's define it. The verb is said to be in the active voice if the subject does an action. The verb is said to be in passive voice if the action is done to the subject. So subject is not doing anything, rather the action is done on the subject. So active voice and passive voice. I think it is clear. So let's try to understand more closely how is the structure of the sentence change when we change one active voice into passive voice. So we will just see. Okay. So this Hari eats a mango is an active voice. The verb is an active voice, and here a mango is eaten by Hari is in a passive voice. So what is happening here? This Hari, it's a subject here, but when we change it to the passive voice, it has gone here as an object. And this mango, which was object in active voice, has become subject here. And you could see this eat here is in the basic form, and here it's become part participle, and something more has come here. So this how we can change active voice into the passive voice. So we are going to learn the more detail in a more dramatic ways. And if you have been asked to change a sentence in active voice to passive voice, the sentence can do it for you by itself. Okay, if you don't believe, we'll see. Hari eats a mango. I will just ask this sentence to change itself in a passive voice and the sentence will change. Let me order this sentence. Okay, sentence, change yourself into a passive voice. Come on, hurry up. Wow, this Hari has come here in the place of object, so you become object. Wow. Then what next? Wow, this mango has become a subject. Wow. But if you are a subject mango, so you should begin with a capital letter. What is this? You are beginning with the small letter. No. Oh, done it. Wow, nice. So mango. So you have seen the sentence itself has done two things. Hari has become object here and mango has become subject here. And what else? What else is to be done? Come on, do it. Hurry up. Oh, this eat. So this become a mango eats Hari. Wow, no, this is not looking nice. Come on, sentence. What is this? Do it correctly. Oh, it's become now eaten. Now eats has become eaten. The basic form of the verb has become past participle. Nice. A mango eaten, Hari. No, it doesn't make any sense. Something else has to be done by sentence. Okay. Oh, is this is a helping verb has appeared here. Is and what else? Wow, this preposition is also, see, the sentence is doing by itself. A mango is eaten by Hari. Done very well. But something is still missing there. An answer. Something is missing. What is that? Remember, something is missing? Yeah, of course. Oh, it's remember this full stop. Where is this going? Oh, not in the beginning of the sentence. Not there. Come at the end of the sentence. Yeah, nice. It has come there. The full stop is there. Okay. So, student, you have seen if you order your sentence, it will change itself from active to passive voice. Hari eats a mango. A mango is eaten by Hari. So don't expect that this thing is going to happen in examination. I'm just kidding. I will just show what all is happening here once again. So Hari eats a mango. So here Hari is a subject. When you are changing an active voice sentence into the passive voice, first of all you have to see the subject that is an active voice will become object in a passive voice. Okay, it's an object. Now next, this object is now here subject. Two things you have done. Next you have to change the verb. So verb, whichever form it is in, basic form, second form, or past participle, third form, it will be always in the past participle form in passive voice. Remember this. The verb, the main verb will always be in the past participle form. Whether it's in the basic form or in the past form, it has to be changed to the past participle form. Okay. Now what else you are going to do? You have to add the helping verb is. And this is more important here. Because these things are general rules. The subject become object and the object become subject and the verb change to the past participle form. Then you are adding this helping verb there and this is what you have to keep in mind. So what type of helping verb you are just placing before the main verb. Okay. So here one more thing, preposition by is to be added. Okay, so and full stop, of course, again it is coming from all the way from left to right. Yeah, come on. Yes, okay. So this all you have to do. The subject will become object. The object will become subject. The verb, main verb will change to the past participle, whichever form it is. The helping verb, it's not always is. We are going to learn which type of helping verb we are going to place according to the tense. Okay, and here the preposition by is to be placed. So this is how you can do, how you can change from active voice to the passive voice. Now here we are going to learn according to the tenses of the verb which helping verb we will be using before the main verb. Here three tenses are there of the present tense. So simple present tense. So if the sentence is the simple present tense that you are going to change from active to passive voice, so you have to place either is, am or are according to the subject of the passive voice. Subject of the passive voice, this one. According to this, not according to the subject of the active voice. Okay, so this is the sentence. Ravi reads a book. Simple present tense, reads a book. So everything will be there. Ravi will become object. A book is going to become subject, and this reads will become read. Okay, past participle is spelling the same, but its pronunciation is different. It's now read, and this is, we say is because the subject is singular. So it will be is. If the subject is plural, it would be are. Okay. If the subject is I, so it should be am. I am beaten by somebody. Okay. So this is this helping verb will be coming according to the subject, singular, plural, or first person. By will be there. Okay. So main focus is there. If the sentence is the simple present tense, then either is, am or are is to be placed here. I hope you understand. Now what if the sentence in the continuous tense? Okay, Ravi is reading a book. It's a present continuous tense. So if it's in a continuous tense, present continuous tense, while changing from active voice to passive voice, rest of the thing will be like this only. A book is there, by Ravi is there, read is there. Only this thing changes. This thing changes. Okay. Now if it's a continuous, so you have to use is being, am being, or are being. A book is because it's a singular, so we'll use is being. The books are being. If had it been plural, so we would be using its are being. The books are being read by Ravi, and because it's a singular a book, so it's going to be is being. Okay. So, and if it's I, so am being. I am being instructed by my teacher. Okay. So is being. In continuous is being. Now if it's in perfect, Ravi has read a book, so it will be has been or have been. Has been or have been. Singular will take has been, plural will take have been, except I singular will take have been. Okay, so he, she, it and singular will take has been, I, we, you, they, and plural subject will take have been. A book is a singular, so a book has been read by Ravi. So this is the important thing that you have to keep in mind while changing from active voice to the passive voice. Simple present tense is are, helping verb here before the main verb. Present continuous is being, am being, or are being. Present perfect has been or have been according to the subject. According to the subject. I hope you understand. And what about one more is there? Present perfect continuous. The sentence in a present perfect continuous can't be changed into passive voice, and that's why only three tenses are here. So these are the present tense. Now next we are going to see past tense. Past tense. So here also three tenses are there: simple past, continuous, and perfect. So simple, if the sentence in a simple past, Ram wrote a letter. So subject, object, object, subject, the things is going happen here, same thing. Ram is subject, it become object, letter is object, become subject, and this wrote is in a past form and it's in a past participle. This will always, in a passive vibe, the main verb will always be in past participle form. No doubt. Okay, so only one thing is there that you have to pay more attention is the helping verb. By is also there. So helping verb, if you see the sentence in the past tense, the helping verb according to the subject will be either was or were, because letter is singular, so it has to be were. A letter was written by Ram. Had it been letters, the letters were written by Ram. So a letter was written by Ram. So this is a for simple past tense. Either helping verb will be either was or were. Singular will take was, plural will take were. Now next, past continuous. So Ram was writing a letter. So you will use helping verb either was being or were being. So singular you will be using was being, and plural you will be using were being. So a letter is singular. So a letter was being written by Ram. Understand? Now next, perfect tense. Ram had written a letter. Okay. So again here, with respect to, irrespective of any verb, you are going to use had been. With all the verbs you are going to use had been. So a letter had been written by Ram. Simple. Whether it's a singular, plural, first form, second form, whichever. Okay, you are going to use had been. So this written is always there. You can see written, 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 past participle, by is there. Okay, everything is there. Only this part is important for you, the helping verb. And this table is given here. Here also I have just shown you all the present tense. Okay, is a mar. Here is MR plus being, has have plus been, and here in the past is a simple past. So you are going to use were or was, and if it's a continuous, was or being or were being. If it's in a past perfect, it's said to be had been with all the subjects. Again, one more tense is missing here. Past perfect continuous tense. So again, the sentences in past perfect continuous cannot be changed from active to passive. So only three tenses are there in the past tense. Okay, now next we are going to learn about the future tense. So here only two tenses are there. So simple future, Sita will buy a pen. If you see, the sentence is in future, simple future tense. Okay, Sita will buy a pen. Everything will is like this only. Okay, subject, object, subject, third form of the main verb, and buy is there. This one again is the point of focus. Okay, so it will be shall or will be, and nowadays we are not using this shall. It has become out of practice. So you can say okay, will be only. Okay, will be can be used with all the subjects. So a pen will be bought by Sita. Very simple. And future continuous is not there. Again, the case is same. The tense in the future sentence in the future continuous tense cannot be changed from the active to passive. So it is not there, and there comes perfect. So Sita will have bought a pen. So in future perfect, how you are going to put the helping verb? So again, leave this. We'll say will have been. Okay, with all the subject you can use. A pen will have been bought by Sita. Okay. So this you have to remember. Few things are general rules there when you are changing from active to passive, that you have already seen with the graphics and animation, that the subject is going to become object is going to become subject. Okay, the main verb is going to be in its past participle form. You are going to add by preposition before the object, and main thing is there which type of helping verb you are putting before the main verb. That's important thing, and you have seen that. So here I have just mentioned it earlier also. These are the tenses which cannot be changed from active to passive, present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future continuous tense, and future perfect continuous tense. These four tenses. If the sentences are in the active voice, you cannot change them in the passive voice. Now let's try some sentences. Rani tears a peach. He sang a song. He eats an apple. Priya is reading a book. The cat has drunk the milk. She brought some sugar. They are doing a project. So let's take the first sentence. Rani tears a page. So first of all, you have to identify what is the tense. So tense is simple present tense. Tears. So what would the helping verb is MR if you remember, and because page is going to be subject and page is singular, so we'll be using is as a helping verb before the main verb. A page is torn by Rani. So this torn third form of the main verb and is there. A page is torn by Rani. This one, the second sentence, is in a past tense. So in past tense, the helping verb will be either was or were according to the subject. So subject is going to be the song, which is singular. Again, we are going to use was. A song was sung by him. Again, just mark that the main verb is in a third form, past participle form. He eats an apple, simple present tense again, an apple is eaten by him. And the fourth one is Priya is reading a book. As present continuous tense is being or are being, if you remember, will be the helping verb here because book is singular, so we are going is being. Had it been plural, we'll be using are being. So book is being read by Priya. The cat has drunk the milk. This is a present perfect tense. So has been or have been is to be used according to the subjects. The milk has been drunk by the cat. Uncountable noun. This one is an uncountable noun. So it will take has been. Okay, now next, she brought some sugar. Some sugar was brought in the past, simple past. So it will be was or were. Okay, so it was. Again, sugar is an uncountable. So was brought by her. And the last, they are doing a project. The project is being done by them. So this is how you can change from an active voice to passive voice, and I hope you understand that you have been given a very good presentation using animation and graphics, so you might have understood it very well. If you haven't understood yet, you have any issues, you can replay the video, watch it again and try to understand. If at all you want to ask anything, you can ask to me. So that is all. Thank you very much.